luxurious mansion, an ambitious young woman, and a tragic death. The murder of Sophia Collins seemed straightforward, but quickly unraveled into a labyrinth of secrets and lies. In this case, no one is entirely innocent. But who is the real killer? And what truly happened in that room on the fateful night? Stay tuned to uncover the shocking truth behind this story. Part 1. The crime scene. On a rainy evening in September 2023, heavy downpours blanketed the western suburbs of London, casting a somber veil over the luxurious villas along the long, deserted street. Among them was the grand estate of Robert Kingsley, a renowned real estate mogul. However, the serene opulence of the area was shattered by a gruesome murder, described by investigators as one of the most shocking cases in recent years. Police received the emergency call at around 10:45 p.m. The caller was Emily Carter, the family's loyal housekeeper. When the investigation team arrived at the scene, they could not have imagined the horrifying crime that had taken place inside the glamorous villa. The living room, a space often reserved for high-profile meetings and events, was now a scene of chaos. In the center of the room lay the lifeless body of a young woman, sprawled on an expensive Persian rug. She was dressed in a striking red evening gown, its fabric crumpled and disheveled, highlighting the bruises around her neck, clear evidence of strangulation. A silver high-heel shoe had fallen off one foot, with one shoe lying near the sofa and the other tossed toward the coffee table. The room bore signs of a violent struggle. A glass coffee table in front of the sofa was shattered, shards scattered across the floor. A leather chair was overturned, and a small bloodstain was noticeable on the sofa. On the polished wooden floor near the large window leading to the backyard, investigators discovered muddy footprints, evidence that the perpetrator had fled the scene through the back door. Beside the body, a small black handbag was discovered. Inside, investigators found a wallet containing identification documents, a lipstick, and a mobile phone with a shattered screen. The phone, in particular, was seen as a potentially vital clue, possibly holding information about the victim's final moments or any correspondence with the perpetrator. The window leading to the backyard was ajar, with the curtains fluttering in the chilly wind. The exit showed clear signs of the perpetrator's hurried escape, muddy footprints leading across the rain-soaked garden to the tall fence surrounding the property. The forensic team photographed the footprints and collected soil samples to determine whether they matched any vehicles or suspects. The housekeeper, Emily Carter, who discovered the body, was still shaken during questioning. She recounted that Robert Kingsley, the property owner, was not at home that evening. He was attending a business gala with partners. While Emily was upstairs, she heard a loud noise coming from the living room. When she rushed down, she found the young woman lying motionless on the floor, her arms limp by her sides. "I couldn't do anything but call the police. I didn't see anyone else in the house at the time," she said, trembling. Police continued to inspect other areas of the villa in search of additional clues. However, there were no signs of forced entry. The villa's surveillance cameras became a critical focus, though some sections, including the living room, were outside the coverage area. The forensic team uncovered a crucial detail. The bruises on the victim's neck indicated that the assailant had used a cord or a rigid object to strangle her. However, the murder weapon was missing from the scene, leading investigators to believe that the perpetrator had taken it during their escape. The crime scene was not just the setting for a heinous act, but a place laden with unanswered questions. Who was the victim? Why was she present in the villa? Did the perpetrator have any connection to the victim or the property owner? And most importantly, how could the police track down the person responsible for this ruthless crime? Detectives knew this case would be challenging. Every detail at the scene would need to be pieced together to uncover the truth. This was just the beginning of a long and arduous investigation, where even the smallest mistake could push justice further out of reach. Part 2. The victim's identity and investigation process. Through the identification documents found in the victim's handbag, police quickly identified the young woman as Sophia Collins, a 23-year-old fashion design student at Central St. Martin's, a prestigious university in London. Sophia was described by her friends as a talented and ambitious individual. However, the initial findings revealed no known connection between her and the property owner, Robert Kingsley, raising significant questions about her presence at the scene. Sophia Collins came from a middle-class family in the northern suburbs of London. Her life appeared peaceful, but close friends noticed changes in her behavior in recent months. She became more reserved and frequently absent from social gatherings. Sophia had mentioned a special relationship with someone she believed could bring her life-changing opportunities. When police interviewed her roommate, Olivia Matthews, they obtained critical information. Olivia noted that Sophia had recently started dressing more elegantly and owning expensive items she previously could not afford. Most notably, Olivia recalled that Sophia had mentioned an important meeting on the night of her death, but didn't disclose the location or whom she was meeting. The broken phone recovered at the scene was sent to forensic technicians for data recovery. After several hours of work, they retrieved text messages, images, and call history. A notable text message sent by Sophia at 9:20 p.m., about an hour before the emergency call, read, "I'm here. We need to talk. This isn't a joke." Additionally, Sophia's phone contained a photo taken in front of Robert Kingsley's mansion at 8:50 p.m. that same evening, just 10 minutes before her scheduled meeting. In the photo, she wore the red dress found at the crime scene, standing before the mansion's imposing iron gates. Call history revealed a 4-minute call received by Sophia from an unknown number at 7:30 p.m., likely to confirm the meeting later that night. Further inspection of Sophia's handbag revealed a white business card bearing Robert Kingsley's name and contact details. On the back of the card, a handwritten note read, "9 p.m. don't be late." This detail immediately caught the attention of investigators. The business card not only confirmed a connection between Sophia and Robert, but also established that she had an appointment at his mansion that night. However, the purpose of the meeting and Robert's potential involvement in the crime remained unclear. As investigators delved into Robert Kingsley's background, they discovered that he was a prominent figure in real estate, known for major deals and a lavish lifestyle. His personal life was shrouded in rumors of extramarital affairs and excessive indulgence. Currently, Robert lived alone in his vast estate, following a divorce from his wife, Margaret Kingsley, 5 years ago. Police promptly summoned Robert for questioning. At the station, he admitted knowing Sophia, but claimed their relationship was strictly professional. Robert stated that Sophia had approached him for advice on a fashion design project. The meeting that night, according to him, was meant to discuss work. However, he insisted he was not at home during the time of the crime, as he was attending a business gala with over 30 witnesses who could verify his presence. Surveillance cameras at the mansion provided crucial insights. Footage captured Sophia entering the front gate at 8:55 p.m. However, from that point until police arrived, no recordings showed Robert or anyone else entering or leaving through the main entrance. Surprisingly, a backdoor camera recorded a hooded figure in a black coat, leaving the property at 10:30 p.m. The person's hurried movements and the muddy footprints matched the evidence found at the scene. All collected data from text messages and the business card to surveillance footage pointed to Sophia's arrival at the mansion for a prearranged meeting, possibly with the hooded figure. Police began narrowing down potential suspects while questioning Robert's statement. The investigation revealed a complex puzzle, with each clue raising more questions than answers. Why did Sophia agree to meet at the mansion? Who was the hooded figure captured on camera? And what truly transpired in the final moments of her life? As the pieces slowly came together, investigators braced themselves for a case far more intricate and sinister than they initially anticipated. Part 3. Suspects and Key Evidence. After analyzing the crime scene and initial clues, the police focused on 3 primary suspects: Robert Kingsley, the mansion's owner; Nathan Carter, a mysterious close friend of the victim; and Margaret Kingsley, Robert's ex-wife. Each had a distinct connection to the victim and a potential motive tied to the case. 1. Robert Kingsley, the powerful man. Robert Kingsley, with his immense wealth and extensive connections, became the focal point of the investigation. Although he claimed no involvement in Sophia's death and provided an alibi supported by attendees at the gala, The discovery of the business card and handwritten note in Sophia's handbag raised significant suspicion. During further questioning, Robert's statements appeared inconsistent. He admitted that Sophia had contacted him via email weeks earlier seeking career advice, but failed to provide specific details about their meeting. Additionally, surveillance footage didn't capture him leaving the property through the main gate, prompting questions about whether Robert had used the back exit to avoid detection. 2. Nathan Carter, the mysterious close friend. A new name emerged in the investigation when Sophia's roommate, Olivia, provided additional information. Olivia mentioned Nathan Carter, a close friend of Sophia. Their relationship had reportedly become strained in recent months. When police tracked down Nathan, they discovered he had a history of debt and had borrowed a significant amount of money from Sophia. Text messages between the two retrieved from Sophia's phone revealed that Nathan had repeatedly pressured her to meet and resolve something important. Some of his messages contained threatening undertones, particularly one sent the morning of the murder. "If you don't answer, I'll come to find you myself." 3. Margaret Kingsley, the forgotten ex-wife. Margaret Kingsley, who had been married to Robert for 20 years before their divorce, also became a suspect. Margaret had a clear motive for involvement in the crime. She had lost a substantial amount of money in the divorce settlement and had publicly expressed dissatisfaction with Robert's lavish lifestyle. Investigators discovered that Margaret was aware of Sophia's presence in Robert's life through rumors. She had been spotted near the mansion a week before the incident, adding to suspicions of her potential involvement. By piecing together data from the surveillance footage, physical evidence, and suspect statements, investigators uncovered a critical detail. A mud-stained jacket found in a trash bin near the mansion matched the description of the figure captured on the backdoor camera. DNA analysis of the mud and blood samples from the crime scene was underway, potentially narrowing the list of suspects further. The pressing question remained: who really killed Sophia Collins? Were all the suspects hiding deeper secrets? The answers seemed within reach as the investigation neared its decisive moments. Part 4. The Chase and Unveiling the Killer. The investigation reached its peak when DNA analysis results from the mud and blood samples were revealed. The blood found at the scene belonged not only to the victim, but also matched Nathan Carter, the close friend with a history of conflict with Sophia. This made Nathan the prime suspect in the case. 1. The pursuit of Nathan Carter. As soon as the DNA results came in, police discovered that Nathan had fled his usual residence and was unreachable. A warrant was immediately issued for his arrest, and detectives began combing through locations where he might be hiding. Based on tips from acquaintances, the police tracked Nathan to a remote motel in the northern outskirts of London. The operation took place under the cover of night. Law enforcement surrounded the area, anticipating the possibility that Nathan might resist or attempt to escape. After more than an hour of negotiations, Nathan was taken into custody without resistance and brought to the police station for questioning. 2. The killer's confession. Initially, Nathan denied any involvement in Sophia's death, claiming he had only visited Robert Kingsley's mansion to seek justice. However, confronted with irrefutable evidence, including matching blood samples and video footage of him leaving the mansion, Nathan eventually admitted the truth. Nathan confessed that he had met Sophia at the mansion that evening. The purpose of the meeting was to demand repayment of the money he had lent her previously. When Sophia refused and stated that she no longer wanted any connection with him, their argument escalated into violence. In a fit of uncontrollable rage, Nathan strangled Sophia using a belt he had brought with him. After committing the crime, Nathan attempted to stage the scene to mislead investigators, overturning furniture and creating a chaotic environment. He fled through the back door, discarding his mud-stained jacket in a trash bin near the mansion. Nathan admitted his actions but insisted that it was an accident in a moment of lost control. 3. The truth about Sophia and Robert Kingsley. Although Nathan was the direct perpetrator of Sophia's death, police continued to investigate her connection with Robert Kingsley. Through Nathan's additional testimony, it was revealed that Sophia wasn't just a fashion student, but also someone seeking opportunities to break through her limits via her association with Robert. Nathan claimed that Sophia had mentioned Robert's promises to help advance her career in exchange for entering his social circle. During further questioning, Robert admitted that Sophia had met him a few times seeking advice and expressing interest in collaborating on high-end fashion projects. However, he vehemently denied any involvement in the murder or having any deeper personal relationship with her. 4. Closing the case. With Nathan's confession and overwhelming evidence, the case was officially closed. Nathan Carter was sentenced to life imprisonment for murder. Yet, the case left lingering questions. Was Robert Kingsley truly uninvolved, or was he simply a powerful figure evading scrutiny? The tragic death of Sophia Collins serves as a grim reminder of how ambition, conflict, and instability can culminate in catastrophe. This was not just a story of a murder, but a complex portrayal of greed and unchecked emotions in modern society. The murder of Sophia Collins may be officially closed, with Nathan Carter sentenced to life imprisonment, but the lingering questions surrounding the case remain deeply unsettling. While the evidence points to Nathan as the killer, the mysterious connection between Sophia and Robert Kingsley leaves an air of intrigue. Was this truly a crime of personal conflict, or does a larger, hidden conspiracy still lurk in the shadows? Sophia's tragic death serves as a haunting reminder of how unchecked ambition, conflicts, and greed can lead to devastating consequences. This is not just a story of a life lost, but also a cautionary tale for those who enter dangerous relationships without understanding the risks. If you found this story gripping and want to dive into more thrilling cases and unresolved mysteries, don't forget to hit like to support this channel and click follow or subscribe so you never miss another video.